Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds, and I think this is going to be a pretty awesome video. These are something I've been tinkering around with the last about almost a year now, and I see them being a tool that I'm going to be using going forward. I think they can be really handy, especially for those of you who have cool weather, cool seasons. We'll talk about that more. First, let's get into this colony, and then I'm going to show you another one. The tool's a double screen board, and I've got a couple different ways of doing it. This is one of the original ones that I made, and then I've got some that are painted. Now you're probably wondering what the M20 means. That means move, because I'm fixing to move this off the top, and then 20 for 2020 queen. So let's go ahead and get to the bottom box and the bottom queen. Now in this setup, of course, I've got two queens in both of the sets of two that I'm going to show you in this video. But this one right here, we left the 2019 queen below. And I put that right where I needed it. Yep, I need the box to go. There we go. And you can see that there's a screen there, and you can use that right there. I prefer not using that. I'll show you in a second how I'm doing it now. Alright, you can see we have some Apivar strips in here. Alright, they've eaten all their pollen patty. Let's see how this queen below is doing. Now we made a nucleus colony over here, pulled some bees, and there was still a good size hive left, and so we used this double screen board to increase our bee numbers. You know, in a great queen like that right there, there's a lot of syrup and bee bread in there, but she's laying a good pattern, seeing a lot of what we want to see. Tons of larvae down in there. Let's just check another frame or two. You know, I'm fixing to take the top part off though. Now, you're probably wondering how this is working. Two queens in here. I'm fixing to tell you all about it. It's very cool. Science is pretty great. Now, look at these right here. You might freak out seeing these. These are very normal. These are just practice cups. People call them practice cups. They're just basically in case of emergency or they need a super seed. And they're empty. And so you can rip those off if you want to. You can leave them. They'll just make another one somewhere else, so really no point. The next frame over's got really good brood on it. So's this one right here. So the nice thing about this system is if you're requeening a hive, it works great. If you're wanting to increase your bee numbers, it works great. If you're wanting to keep a colony warmer, it works great. I'm fixing to show you. So the double screen, that's really the clue right there on why we need this. If you know anything about queen pheromones, one of the main pheromones that the queen produces is the mandibular pheromone. It lets the whole colony know, that there's a queen in there, but they have to distribute it from one bee to the other. You just can't, it just doesn't waft through the air and they just, yep, there's the queen over there. Boy, she smells good. No, they have to distribute that by hand, so this double screen that we have in this board keeps it to where the bees below cannot touch the bees above with their feet, with their proboscis, which is their bee tongue, any of those things. This is really important. So essentially, whenever we make our split, we left the mated queen, well, the original queen below, put this on top. We pulled the bees that were in the top part of the deep, and we'll have a video, maybe even tomorrow, on actually how to set one of these up. That would be a cool video. Maybe I can do that. And so because of that double screen, all the bees that you just took and stuck in this top box, now after a while, like, whoa, we have no queen, but she's just right down below. Let's put this back up. There's a bunch of bees in the air going, what in the world's going on here? The nice thing about this is we're breaking the brood cycle to a degree. The queen below keeps laying, so it's not a huge break. but since we pulled some frames of brood up into the top, there is a little bit of a hiccup there. And with the treatment, it's going to give us a very high rate of kill. Now what happens if, I put a queen cell up here. I split it in half, put a queen cell. What happens if she doesn't come back? I pull the board and reintroduce the bees, and I didn't lose anything. Still have a queen. She's still laying below. Everything's just fine. So let's check this top box. A few bees up there too. It's a good hive, and that's why we left the queen down below, because she was doing a really good job. Got a couple bees stuck in the patty over here. You can see how they're eating it all up. It's a really soft patty mix right here, just ultra bee. Well, I'm trying to save you, girl. You gotta get off though. Let's see how this new queen's laying. It's a little tight up here. I've been shaking bees and working on queens all day and splits, and bees are pretty riled over here, and we're fixing to do a live chat here in just oh goodness, about half an hour, and it's getting late. We got a lot to do. Now we got a brand new queen up here. She's probably been laying for, I don't know, 15, 17, one of those days. Just foodstuffs over here. It'd been nice if I wouldn't have thrown that pollen patty on here yet. That would have been really helpful. Stick that over there. Alright, this is a light frame right here. And I bet we're going to get a very, very high rate of mite kill, because with the queen cell, there was a huge break in the brood up here. Basically, there was no capped brood, but the apivar strips were still spreading around, killing the mites, giving us basically a reset on the mite population. And now we have a brand new queen. We have some nutrition. Get on out of there, girls. It's a good way to get stung. You can do it. There we go. Let's check this over here. Alright. Foodstuffs. Again, there's eggs down in here. Quite a few eggs. The lighting's terrible. Sorry about that. And then the next set I'm going to show you, I did something a little different. And then we're going to talk about the double screens. Alright, look at that brood right there. All brand new brood from that queen. They're just starting to cap it. Nice bit of brood over here. Once she starts getting her first round of brood emerging out, they're really going to take off. But again, if it wouldn't have worked out, we could have just combined the bees, no problem. Say you're needing to requeen a hive, your queen's not doing so hot, which is in the case of the other one. There's a couple different options that you have, but this division board really can allow you to do it in a safe way. You purchase a queen, you can use this to double screen board, stick the queen up top, have one below. If something happens, then at least you have a fallback and you're not completely queenless. But if it works out good and then the one below isn't any good, you can go down there and remove her and now just reintroduce the whole thing. For hobby beekeepers, for professional beekeepers, these things can have a lot of merits. And here's the cool part. Let's say you're wanting to raise queens early in the season. Let's say you're wanting to make early splits. You can have a strong double deep, and it doesn't even have to be from the same hive. You can make a split, put it on top of one of these double screen boards, set that sucker right on top of that strong hive, and now all the heat that they're generating is going right up top to the little split and helping warm them on those really cold 30 and 40 degree nights. It can help them build up coming out of winter, all kinds of different things. Yeah, just full of live right. Oh, there's the queen right there. There she goes. It's awesome. We grafted the larvae, placed the cell, made the split. It's awesome. And now we've killed those varroa mites very effectively using the bees' natural brood break whenever they split themselves as a weapon against the varroa mite. Alright, so let's throw this one together and let's get to... do I have another frame out? No, I have the frame feeder out. Okay. Let me put this back the same way I had it before. Let's smoke these bees down so we try not to get any into that patty mix. Shake those on down. The bees really love that, by the way. Not really. Alright, now check out this one. Laurel put some special touches on this one right here. She made it just for me. Aw, don't you like that? This one is going to raise some championship queens, let me tell you. So basically what we have here is some 3/4 inch Advantech and a little piece of CDX, is all scrap wood from different projects. We have a screen on top, a screen below. I've got the rim down here, so it acts like my my lids, where I now can feed pollen patties still very effectively. And of course we have our little entrance right here. And it's very simple. It's like a bottom board, just modified just a little bit, but you have to have that double screen there. I mean, if you get in a pinch, you can use them for a bottom board. I know all of you people really want one of those right there. So thanks, Laurel. That is awesome. Let's go check this one out over here real quick. So I dropped a cell below, and I've dropped a queen cell above when I made the split. And let's see if this bottom one came back.
Oh, goodness.
A little bit of weight up there. You can see there's a little bit of debris from the pollen patty we've been feeding, but that's really not that bad. Not that bad of waste at all. Alright, now this one's going to have the lion's share of the bees. Oh wow, they've drawn some comb over there. That's excellent. It's not that big compared to the other set of two. Trying to get them to draw some comb a little bit with feeding them. They're working on it a little bit. Need to feed them a little bit harder. Trim off some of that comb over there so they won't keep building down into that feeder. Oh, excellent. So there's a few eggs down in there. Yeah, I'm seeing several eggs now. It's really hard to see with that yellow foundation. That's one of the reasons why black is better. There's really no other difference besides just whatever color you prefer. You can see we've got the apivar strips in here as well. So we got a complete brood break because both of these went without a queen for so long. Neither side had a queen. Drop that queen cell in there. It takes a long time. It took about probably a day and a half or so before the queen came out of the cell. Then she's going to run around for a handful of days, 3, 4, 5, depending on the weather. And then she's going to take her time going on a couple mating flights. It's going to take a few more days at least. Then she's going to take a few more days just to start laying decent. And then it's going to take several days before those eggs hatch, turn into larvae, and then get capped. So there's a big window where all the mites are exposed, because about 70-80% of the mites, depending on your brood levels, are going to be in that capped brood. So this is a way that you can expose your mites, drop the hammer on them, and of course get a new queen. So there's a lot of syrup over here, a lot of eggs over here. Let's go on to the next one. Oh wow, I like the look of that one right there. You can see they're working this pollen patty. Now some I've used the parchment on and some I haven't. I'm still debating on which I prefer. Look at that right there. Got some capped brood. Really nice over there. So the new queen is doing a much better job than the old one. You know, I am feeding a pretty good bit on the sugar syrup side in order to try to stimulate the comb drawing, and that is making it a little harder for her to get a perfectly good frame of capped brood. But I'm telling you, you know, not every hive is going to give you that perfect frame of capped brood that you want to see, but hey, I can live with this. Whoa, we got a little bit of rogue comb going on over here. Oh, there she is right there. There she is. Oh, get back out here where we can see you. That must be a Laurel queen right there. She's a little shy when the camera's on. Am I going to pay for that one later? Yeah, I'm in trouble. Alright, let's, this has got to come off anyway, so let's go ahead and deal with that. Wow, okay. I want to set this down real quick. Best to not set it down on the ground, but there she is. I can't see with this veil. Oh my goodness. The lighting in the veil, I can't see nothing. Get out of the way. Now, young queens like to run and fly off more than an older queen. There she is right there. Yeah, she's wanting to take off. I don't think I have my marking pin on me. Let's go ahead and throw her on that other frame over there. Got to get this comb off of here. I'll shake those bees back in a minute. And they've really done a thing or two to that. A lot of drone brood down in here. My goodness. Built a lot off of that. Let's go ahead and get over to this one real quick, and then we'll show you what's above. Alright, so a lot more capped brood. Just great looking, healthy colony. Clean. Oh wow, that's what you want to see. Look at that white pollen basket up there. That is gorgeous. Don't get a lot of pollen this time of the year, but the cooler weather has definitely helped facilitate a little more steady stream of pollen this part of the season. Alright, so they have brood a little bit on the adjacent frame. We're not going to go over. So there you have it. I mean, these double screen boards can be a very handy tool. We're going to be doing more videos on them because you can build them out of scrap. You can purchase them as well, but I think they're like $25 or $30. So here's the next story. They're a little bit smaller. Again, this was a queen cell just like the other one. And, you know, let's not dig through everything. I don't think this one has near as much brood, but now the lion's share of the bees, all the forager bees go back to the bottom when we make these things up. Only nurse bees stay up here, or bees that are fixing to fly but haven't gone on their orientation flight just yet. Look at that right there. Oh my goodness, doesn't it make you want to do some of this yourself? Keep watching our videos, we'll show you how. Love it. This one's drawn a little bit over here. You will never be able to buy queens like you can raise yourself once you get the hang of it. Now you won't be able to see it in there, but I mean to tell you 70% of that is larvae and eggs. The lighting and the yellow is just so hard to see. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways. They're about drawn on this side. And we'll just go one more frame over. Oh yeah, brood on the adjacent frame, and idiot, you dropped it. Well, nobody's perfect, but I try. That happens more often than you think. Alright, so there's that. We're going to leave them alone. But isn't that great? I just about got one on the thumb. Awesome. So now that the queen has come back, there's no reason why we can't take this top part off, take the top part off of that one, and put these both on a pallet or, you know, regular bottom board and move them off to a different bee yard. Or we can stick them somewhere here as well, but just remember all their forager bees are going to want to come right back to this location. Alright, well, it is time to go get ready for a live chat. Those double screen boards are pretty cool and we're just getting warmed up. Thanks for watching the videos.